Yo,
What's up?
what's up?
What's up, everybody? Happy Cinco de Mayo for y'all.
Hey, Cinco de Mayo. Is there a song for Cinco de Mayo?
I've never heard it.
There should be.
There should be.
There's a playlist.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
There's definitely a playlist for it.
So what's going on?
What's up, everybody?
What's
Yeah,
popping,
having
man?
some Coronas, eat some tacos.
We got a
Cheers
good
to
guest
y'all.
tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
Cheers. Cheers, bro.
Coffee, baby.
Cheers, cheers.
I'll be on the good stuff later, but right now I gotta have coffee.
Coffee is the good stuff.
Shout out everybody in the chat. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Who we got in there? We got Garrett Smith. What up, Garrett? We got Paw. What up,
Shannon,
brother?
what's up?
We got the Queen in the house. What up?
What's up, Queen?
Shannon, what up, Shannon? How you doing?
Hello, Shannon. I think Shannon's our number one fan, yo.
I think so too.
We
What
love
up,
you,
Real
Shannon.
Mike Black?
We got
Philip
Philip
Smith.
Smith in the house.
I know who Philip Smith must be Mrs. Smith's husband.
Oh,
That's logical.
that makes sense.
That's logical.
Oh, Phil. What's up, Phil? Don't call me Phil.
Much love, y'all. Thanks everybody coming out.
Yeah.
Tina is working
That's
on
right.
getting in here right now.
Cool.
Let me working on. She should be here in a minute.
Until then, we'll just sit around and sip coffee. Tone, what'd you do today, brother?
Man, I went to work, came home, went to the store, got a bunch of beer, and went over to my sister's. She cooked a bunch of tacos and stuff. And
Snap.
I had a little Cinco de Mayo party
Oh, that's
Nice.
dope.
on a Monday.
Yeah, you got a cool sister, man. That's
How
awesome.
about y'all? Yeah, she's the best. How about y'all? Y'all have a good day?
What about
Man,
you, Steve?
It's been awesome. Today's been great. Just working on music, man. Looking at all this stuff we got going on. Working on a song with a couple different folks. or different songs, I should say. It's been doing music today mostly. Did a little house cleaning, but not too much. I didn't want to break no sweat. I got music to do.
Yeah, I did it.
What's up, Tina?
What's going on?
Sorry, I am not a tech person and just had a little problem here and there. Whatever. I figured it out because I'm smart sometimes.
Well, you got an awful
Good
nice
job.
Welcome to the show.
I'm
You
here.
got like a high-tech looking chair, I see.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That chair screams tech all day, Tina.
Yeah, it looks like a chair you would see in like a rocket ship on a sci-fi movie or something.
This chair was $100 at Staples. That's what that screams.
All
And it's
right.
Good deal.
very comfortable. All of the other chairs I had
Ergonomic.
before this, they were really, really uncomfortable. So I was like, I'm done. I'm getting a good one, and we found a good sale. That's what that means.
Yeah.
It goes. It works. What are you guys up to, man? Just waiting on me.
We waiting on you.
Yeah.
We're excited now. You're here. Yeah.
I'm here.
Yes.
All right.
So did y'all do anything for Cinco de Mayo? Did y'all
I knew
You
you'd
know-
make it.
barbecue or taco night or anything like that?
Well, I'm Puerto Rican, so we don't really celebrate Cinco de Mayo. But
Well, you're also an American. We celebrate. Listen, they don't even really celebrate it in Mexico. We do it in America. It's really our holiday.
I mean, the way that I celebrated was my mom sent me videos from Walmart of like mariachis over there, and like she was making jokes left and right. We were laughing. That's how we celebrated, I guess. And then she brought me Puerto Rican food.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's all right right there.
We're a little unconventional.
So I didn't know you were Puerto Rican. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm a mutt. My mom is Puerto Rican, so I grew up in the Puerto Rican culture. And like when I speak Spanish, I have a Puerto Rican accent. But I grew up in Guatemala, and I lived there from the age of 4 until almost 15. And my dad is white, as you guys have seen in my videos, but he speaks fluent Spanish. And my brother is from Costa Rica, and like born in Costa Rica. And so we're just like a huge hodgepodge. We're a Spanish gumbo.
Well, you said you're a mutt, but you're talking to 3 white people, right? We are the mutts of the mutts.
Yeah, we're definitely.
You guys are redneck mutts.
We're redneck mutts.
I'm only part redneck.
We junkyard dogs. That's what we are.
Sometimes I try to be redneck, but it doesn't work out very well. I was born in Texas.
Well, there you
got
go.
some country accent to your English.
Sometimes a little twang can come out. It depends on who I'm with. I can be a little bit of a chameleon. If you put me around Cubans in Miami, all of a sudden I start to talk like this because I don't know. My accent starts to come out. Like I don't know. It just
Yeah. Now you sound like LG the swamp puppy.
I don't even
Who is
know.
not Cuban, by the way. LG's not Cuban. He's Spanish, but he sounds Cuban because he's been around them so much. Garrett wants to know where in Texas.
I was born in Baytown. So
I know where that is. I got pulled over in Baytown one time. I ain't gonna tell that story, but yeah, it's a cool place.
all I know is the only memories I have was Bluebell ice cream. Believe it or not, I still remember from a baby what Bluebell ice cream tastes like. To the point that when I taste Bluebell ice cream now, it doesn't taste the same. It's not what I remember.
They changed it.
Okay,
met the
thank you.
president.
I've been seeing that.
I met the president of Bluebell Ice Cream one time. Believe it or not,
Peacock!
I did. What up, Peacock?
What up?
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing, man?
Doing good.
All good in the neighborhood.
I've been trying to break my neck to get in here to get on this thing with y'all, man.
It's, you know what? You ain't the only one. I almost had a panic attack. I was like, I don't know if I can do this without Phil.
It'll be all right, man, because Mafia Mondays is the chill spot, baby. That's how we do it.
That's right. That's right.
We
So
just
Tina,
right.
tell us a bit about your music background.
Oh boy. Well, my dad was a cover artist for bands, a lot of different bands. He played lead guitar for a lot of blues and old school like gospel blues and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then he did a lot of cover rock stuff. And so he played guitar every day, probably, I'm not even kidding, an hour to 3 hours every day, like after he got home from work. So, because my dad was more of a cover artist, I was more of a songwriter. And so he would be playing on his guitar and playing his harmonica, and amazing harmonica player, by the way. And my song Hold My Heart, there's actually a part towards the end where you hear a harmonica, and that's him playing. That's the last thing he ever played on the harmonica as far as like recording and music goes. But that's where my songwriting abilities, I guess, started to kind of mature, was doing that with him. And then I found the Lord when I was 15, and then I started singing with churches and stuff like that. And I just didn't really like the songs that much that they would sing, so I started to try to write my own. And once I got to Bible college, I started just singing that stuff on stage, and people were eating it up. So then I became a part of like a Latin Christian band or whatever you want to call it back in college, and we would travel and play in malls and stuff like that. And then I moved to Colorado, and I led a lot of worship with like teenagers, and just continued always songwriting. But I never recorded anything, never. So I kind of regret that, because there's songs that I wrote back then that I'm like, oh, I don't remember how to play them.
Right. Yeah.
So once I left Bible college, I didn't play for probably 20 years, because I mean, didn't write one song, nothing. 20 years.
Life be life.
I just got beat up, like whenever I think a lot of church environments are filled with a lot of narcissism and control and kind of cult-like mindsets, where they try to just kind of steal your voice because they want you to think how they think. They want you to do things how they do it. They want you to, and so they kind of dumb you down, like make you feel like you don't have what it takes or whatever, so that you have to depend on them. And I'm not saying every church is like that. I'm just saying my experience was that way. So for me, it really silenced me for a while. And then when my dad got diagnosed with dementia, he looked at me one day and he just said, Tina, the world needs to hear what you write. And when I get bad, I want to be able to hit the play button so I can hear your music.
Yeah.
So 6 years ago was when I really started to kind of do some deep like healing work on all those 20 years that I was like shut down, dead inside when it came to music. And just that life started flowing again. And I started writing again. And what's pretty amazing is that my dad is now in memory care, and I bought him a special boombox for dementia and put all my songs on there. And he just plays one button. He pushes one button, and he plays that every night while he goes to sleep.
Oh, that's cool.
He listens to music every single night. And I have a camera that I watch him through every night, and I'm able to check on him. So like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll check on him, and he's just sound asleep listening to Be Brave or like, the songs that we've done. So I'm proud of the fact that I overcame those demons, because it made it worth it.
Yeah.
I know that was a long answer, but that's the truth.
I'm glad you overcame it too. We're really blessed to hear some of the songs that you've done. It's pretty cool. I've heard your work with other people too, including Tone and and of course Paul down there somewhere. And you're on one of them Peacock joints too.
That's
one
right.
of these days, you and I get us. Thought we had one there for a minute, but it didn't work.
I know, totally out of our control, by the way.
Yeah,
it was.
I wrote a song about her, but you don't want to hear it.
I'm pretty sure I do.
It's called the Swamp Donkey. No, I'm pretty sure you don't. You don't hear that.
Yeah, you don't want to hear Swamp Donkey.
Yeah, the Swamp Donkey. I had to put that on Spin Dat because I didn't want to release it normally. It's behind a paywall. So
I still want to hear it.
that's how bad it is.
I'm not as serene as you think I am all the time.
I understand. But still.
I want to make a T-shirt that says I write praise songs and diss tracks.
Yeah.
Nice. That's dope.
I just personally want to say that thank you for jumping on that Set Me Free song, because you freaking nailed it, you know.
That's true, man. That's a good song. It's a great song. Tina made that song. If she wasn't on there, everybody was great on that song, but it made you really like set the tone for the song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you know
Yep.
that song, when Vic asked me to do it, I didn't really know what to expect, because I honestly, the whole like country rap realm is something that I love, but I didn't really know if I could make it work. You know,
Right.
I had to tap into those bluesy roots with my dad, and then I had to tap into the worship side too. And that what I wrote in like 15 minutes, because it just I literally just told my story of what happened.
Yep.
Like it was exactly what happened to me.
Yeah. That's good.
Shout out Lyrical
Well,
Entertainment, Brenda.
It played right in with everything that went through the whole song. So, like I said, I'm greatly appreciative on that part.
Speaking
You
of
know
that song, Tony got it queued up.
We couldn't have done that song without you, Peacock. So there's no way.
You know, I've talked about it before on here. Skeet and everybody knows it. Like when I actually made that beat, because I don't really listen to a whole lot of country music, but I was just in here one night and I was like, you know, let me try to make a little country beat or whatever. And I was just like basically goofing off, man, when I made that beat. And I called my wife in here. I was like, man, come check this out. This old goofy stuff right here, you know. And she came in here and she's like, that actually sounds pretty good, you know what I mean? And I just started throwing stuff to it, and then it became what it was. You know what I'm saying?
I think that song needs to go on a movie. I think it would fit perfect in a movie somewhere.
I wish I had $1 for every time somebody's told me some of my beats should be on either in a movie or on commercials or something like that. I've had a lot of people tell me that.
You know what it is? It's the authenticity that you bring. I think because it does come from a place of just like you being you, it lands different. And I think that sets people apart. Honestly, like when I listen to music, I can feel when something is worked up or imitated, or I can even tell when an artist writes their lyrics first and then they try to add a melody or a cadence to it after, and they try to fit it into the song. You can feel it's like crammed, rushed, doesn't sound right in certain places, like, and it kind of lacks a certain authenticity, because even though your lyrics, what you write, can be authentic, like you have to like kind of get enveloped by the melody too. Like that melody has to really just like surround you so that your lyrics and how it comes together really becomes one.
Yeah.
That's how I write, at least. So I can tell.
Well, I feel that. I do. I feel it.
Yeah, I can tell when that doesn't happen, when somebody's trying to force something to happen. And that's one thing I really respect about your production, Peacock, is that it feels so genuine, and I love it. I think it's amazing.
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot, for real. Because once I sit down and go to working on a beat, man, I ain't got no kind of set anything in mind most of the time, unless Skeet or somebody like that puts me on a monkey mission and try to do something. But like when I'm on my own in on my own space, whatever, I'll go through a bunch of different sounds till I find something that kind of catches my ear or whatever, and then just start building off of that, you know. And then sometimes it's something decent, maybe. Sometimes it's trash, but you know, it is what it is. I always said when I first started making beats that I don't want any of my stuff to sound anything like anybody else. I want mine to be all like original, completely different than the norm. You know what I'm saying?
I think you accomplished that.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I think we can all relate to the whole.
Well, yeah.
Anything's either good or trash.
Yeah.
You don't make no trash, brother. What are you talking about?
Well, we're gonna play Set Me Free. We're gonna play Set Me Free, and this is a fan favorite, a chat favorite. This is a Mafia favorite. We play this song all the time. We love it. Video's dope. Shout out to all our people involved. Paul, Vic,
Yeah, for real.
XL, Nunrilla, Peacock, everybody, Jericho. Man, you guys slayed this. You slayed it. So let's.
They did it, boy.
Let's go ahead and run it for the people one more time.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. And of course, Tina Smith.
Oh, they just let me free. They lifted me up out that water. Wiped my eyes clean, I could see. I found forgiveness at the altar. On that day, God wept with me. Thanks for setting me free. Thanks for setting me free. Thanks for setting me free. I be like dirty, I be like grimy. I was so funky, that's all behind me. Now they are clean, fresh be so clean. God set me free, know what I mean? Covered by blood. How in the world could you ever think Papa gon' fall? Stripping the word, speaking the word. Cut me so deep to the bone, I was wrong. Hope you hear me, time is short, I be ready. Are you ready? Where are you headed? Me in my house, I'm serving the Lord. What about you? Don't be no fool. They lifted me up out that water. Wipe my eyes clean, I could see. I found forgiveness at the altar. On that day, God wept with me. Thanks for setting me free. Thanks for setting me free. Thanks for setting me free.
Thanks for setting me free. Setting me free. Yeah. So many curses spoken all over me. Look at the altar, I'm not holy. I feel the tears, they just keep on falling. I know it's you, my savior is calling. Running and running out of my time. This is the love that's been chasing my life. I can't ignore you anymore. I give you my life, Lord, it's you I adore. Lord, you broke every chain. Lord, I was never the same.
Lifted me up out that water.
Yo, I just got chills on it.
I found forgiveness at the altar. On that day, God wept with me. Thanks for setting me free. Thanks for setting me free. Thanks for setting me free.
Thanks for setting me free. Set me free.
Was poor, blind, pitiful, and naked. I checked the checklist, young, dumb, and reckless. I was dancing with skeletons in my closet. My mama swore, son, you lost it. Yeah, I was a vagabond, couldn't find my way home. Dancing the honky-tonk blues. They tried to tell me about God, but I wasn't in the mood. At second glance, I'll never understand why the Lord gave me a second chance, but he did. and now I'm forever grateful. The Kid.
Yeah.
Shout out to Papa Fresh for getting that done too, because if it weren't for Papa Fresh, we wouldn't have had a video.
That whole thing, boy, I tell you what. Prospect, was that you talking about you got cold chills, brother?
Yeah, that was me.
Man,
Yeah.
every time I hear that song, I get them things.
Serious. I've heard that song a bunch of times, but for some reason, right then at the end of Tina's verse, I just got like the goosebumps, man. It was good. It was really good.
That's some real stuff right
That's
there.
That's an amazing song.
Yeah.
We need
I love it.
another one, Peacock. Let's do another one.
Hey, we can make it happen.
We need more, man. This can't be a one-time thing.
Let's go.
I definitely agree with you on that. I definitely agree, and I could definitely make something happen. Yep.
Definitely.
Send that beat, baby. Peacock, send her that beat.
Yep.
I want on the next one. If we're on the same subject topic, I want to be on the next one for real.
You got it.
For real.
You got
Yeah,
it.
I would definitely put something in the works on that for sure.
Let's go.
You know, I've never even met non-Reala, whatever, or I've never met him before. I don't think I've met Jericho either.
I met None Real at a concert. He's cool, man. He was so laid back, so cool. Just a genuine person, man. Super cool.
Oh my! So just so you guys know, I'm actually missing a chili cookout tonight at Jiu-Jitsu, and they're tuning in right now.
Oh, really?
They're tuning in. I guess.
Hey, Jiu-Jitsu in the house.
That's cool. What's up?
Walt Music Mafia.
That's what's up right there.
So
y'all doing some rolls? Was that what y'all doing?
Here's the thing. So I started cooking once a month since like January, just because like I wanted to start bringing people together and stuff, you know. And finally, somebody else, my buddy Howard, decided he wanted to try it out this month, and he decided to do a really good chili, some famous chili we haven't tried yet. So he's doing that tonight, and we had it planned last Monday, the Monday before that, and it didn't work out. It was one time he got sick, and another time my coach wasn't going to be there, whatever. So now I'm not there.
Man,
I'm having fun over there.
I feel bad. You should be at the chili cook-off right now. For real.
Okay, I'm a woman of my word. If I commit to something, I'm going to be there.
Well, I hope there's enough chili to go around, because you don't want them fighting over it in the jiu-jitsu class.
Well,
people flipping and twirling and getting popped all over the place.
Yep.
That could get kind of funny right there. Yeah.
Phil said he got me a plate. He better. Better. The one time that I'm not cooking, I better get a plate.
That's right.
He said he got you a plate.
Bring you a plate. Oh yeah.
I know.
You the man, Philip.
You're a good man, Philip.
It better be a good plate too. You better hook it up.
I know.
That's right.
I hope this chili is everything Howard says it is. We'll see.
Well, I hope it lives up to. Has he overhyped the chili?
I don't know. We'll see. Apparently he like roasts something over, and the juices and the drippings and the pork falls in, and I don't know, some.
Oh Lord.
You know, that's white people stuff. I don't know.
A magical recipe.
I don't know if that's white people stuff or not.
Well, the only thing I know we cook on a pole in Puerto Rico is a pig. So outside of that, like whole pig, we do whole pigs.
Yeah.
So I don't know about. I actually don't even know how to make chili. Honestly, I make my own version, but I don't know how. Like the whole South, you guys get real serious about your chili.
Oh yeah, we serious. Yeah. We got my old lady made some serious chili now.
Every single one of you guys shook your head yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I eat a lot of chili.
And corn.
I don't make chili though. I could, but I just don't.
No.
No, I don't make it. I eat it.
My father-in-law, he makes a kick-ass batch of chili, dude.
So what's the secret? What makes like a good chili? Like what separates it from just like somebody else's chili?
It has to be bold for me. It has to be bold and spicy. You definitely got to have beans in your chili, and
got to leave a little grease in it too.
Not too much though. Not too much. Just a little bit.
Well, in my household, you got to leave a lot of grease in it. That's what makes it good.
Oh yeah.
Prospect don't eat that old generic chili. I don't want none of that shit.
Oh hell no! My old lady makes the best
greasy chili. That's what I want. I want the chili make you got to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? That's some good stuff right there.
That's probably why you don't make it.
I eat it. So I eat a lot of chili though.
What do you think?
So I'm gonna blow y'all's mind, dude. I don't know my father-in-law's whole recipe, but I do know, and I don't know if anybody else has heard of it before or not, but putting a pot of coffee in that chili.
A whole pot?
A whole pot.
A whole pot. A whole, like a whole freaking pot of coffee, dude.
You know
like my first time going deer hunting and stuff with him, right? Like first one of the only few times I ever been deer hunting. But like he was like, yeah, I got to get my coffee boiled up for the chili. And I'm thinking, you know, while he's cooking the chili, he's gonna drink a cup of coffee or whatever. But no, he brewed up the whole little pot right there, dude, and dumped it all off in there. Like I don't know what all his ingredients was. I know it was a pot of chili or a pot of coffee, and like 1 or 2 beers that he poured off in there.
So coffee and beer in the chili?
Yep. I am not lying, dude.
Hey, the coffee makes sense because if you know what red eye gravy is, that's how you make red eye gravy. So you can get grits. You can get the flavor red eye gravy grits at the grocery store. That's probably the only. But that's
I do know he put sliced jalapenos.
You literally take bacon or sausage grease and pour coffee into it and make a gravy with it. That's how.
So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
It's crazy.
It blew my freaking mind, dude. He's like, and I thought it was just like goofing around, you know, talking junk or whatever. But like when I seen him literally pull that coffee out from the coffee maker and pour it into that big ass pot of chili that he had, I'm like,
so what it tastes like? It tastes good.
I mean, either I was hungry as all get out or what, but I don't know. I ate it and it had jalapenos in it, dude. And I don't even usually eat jalapenos, but like I ate like 2 or 3 bowls of that stuff, man.
I'm gonna make a video of me making this chili tomorrow. Coffee.
I wish I could get I wish he would give me the whole full ingredients to that recipe, you know, minus the coffee, but you know, just to try it both ways, I guess, you know, I don't know, but
so well, when you said prospect, when you said bold, I thought of coffee. So it's funny that he said that because I was gonna be like, so you put coffee in this? Like, you know, I'm thinking Latina, like Café Bustelo. Like, do you? That's bold. That's some bold coffee right there. Bold. But so besides what meat you use, I'm assuming like if you grill it first or smoke it or something, maybe adds more flavor to the chili. I guess chili's all about layers of flavor. Is that what it is?
We fry it. Where I'm at, anyways, we fry like the meat up.
And it don't matter what the other stuff is. You can't taste nothing but chili powder.
If you a Southern Caucasian, you taking hamburger meat and you freaking cooking some hamburger meat and making chili. Like that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Some sausage. You can put some sausage or even some venison in it. You know, you want to mix it up a little bit, but it's all about the hamburger meat, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to have beef in your chili.
That's right.
My brother makes a white chili. I don't know what he puts in it, but it's white.
Now I have had chili with deer meat, like ground beef with ground deer.
Put some venison in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you put chili powder in any kind of concoction, call it chili. People who put kidney beans in their chili needs to go see a psychiatrist.
No, I love kidney beans in my chili.
Oh my God. I thought I knew you, Prospect.
I don't care what you say. Kidney beans are my favorite thing without the chili.
For real? That's the only, like, have you had Wendy's chili? That's the only thing I don't like about Wendy's chili is them daggum nasty kidney beans.
I was like, thank God it's got the beans in it because all the other fast food places ain't got it, bro.
I don't mind beans being in it, like, you know, pinto beans or something like that, but them kidney beans.
Yeah, no, kidney beans, that's what makes it, bro. Straight up.
Jesus.
For me.
If that's all I had left to eat, I'd be dead. I'd be a skinny white man dying of hunger. I ain't gonna eat none of that shit.
I know what I'm getting you for your birthday.
You know, kidney beans.
Well, what's the difference between a kidney bean and other beans? Just like a thicker skin? You just don't like the thick skin?
No, they're just flavorless inside. The skin's tough. It's just like eating cockroaches. You know what I mean?
God, dog.
Except for they ain't got no legs.
Yeah, without the legs, of course.
Skeet, that's kind of a messed up comparison right there, dogs. I don't know how many of us have ate cockroaches before.
Well, I have.
I know personally I hadn't. You know what I mean?
Listen, I used to teach survival, so I've eaten all kind of critters.
Well, look, I'm gonna put y'all on right now. This is the best thing ever. Northern bean soup. I like the 15 bean soup, and I like to put some ham in it. Boy,
that's good stuff.
Now that I know about. My mama made that, and it took her forever to make it because she would make the broth from scratch, make the bone broth and everything.
You gotta soak the beans, and you gotta do all that stuff. So it is a process.
Oh, I love beans, especially that kind of stuff. That's awesome. The 15 bean soup.
But they sell it at the grocery store in like a cloth bag, bro. The 15 bean soup, and it's the real.
I pick all them kidney beans out of it too. There's like a handful of them in there. I pick them damn things out.
Well, save them for me because I'm coming back.
I went to listen. A couple years ago, I visited a friend in Augusta, Georgia, and he had a surplus of beans in his garage. He said, "Hey, while y'all here, y'all want some dry beans?" I'm like, "Sure." And he had kidney beans. I'm like, "No, man, I appreciate it, but no." My brother took a couple packs, but I didn't take them.
I'm sorry you don't like kidney beans.
There ain't very many things I don't like, but kidney beans is one of them.
You know what I don't like? Beets. That's the only thing I don't fucking like is fucking.
I love beets.
I love beets. A good roasted beet with some good quality goat cheese. Oh,
I just eat it right out of the can, man.
I love
beets
everything
and
else,
goat cheese.
Beets, but I don't like beets. I don't know why.
What?
I like goat cheese too.
Beets taste like
honestly, honestly, I haven't had any beets, man, since I lived at home with my mom. I guess probably, which is
I don't like them pickled.
30-something years
ago. I like regular beets though. I'll eat pickle beets too, but still.
My mom used to get them and put them on the plates and everything, and I liked them back then. You know, kind of tastes just like a funky kind of onion or whatever. Which I love onions too.
Not a funky onion. Is there any other kind?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You know, lack of words.
Hey, we got them unfunky onions. They on sale, $2 for $1.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had pink beans? Do you know what pink beans are? They're not pinto. Pink beans are different.
Really?
Did you say pink, like P-I-N-K, pink?
Yeah, they're called rosados, pink beans. It's a Puerto Rican bean, and you make your base for everything in Puerto Rican food is called sofrito, and your sofrito is a green pepper, a huge thing of cilantro, some fresh culantro, which is another type of herb. A whole onion, and then a whole thing of garlic, like a whole head of garlic. You just put it all in a blender.
God, that sounds good.
And you blend it up until it's not soup, but like kind of like a salsa, like a chunky salsa.
Yeah,
like a smoothie,
like pico de gallo.
You don't want it too watery, but you don't want it too chunky either. And then that's your base for everything: your beans, your chicken, your
picante sauce consistency kind of.
It's not spicy at all. Puerto Rican food is not spicy. It's just a ton of flavor.
I meant the consistency of it.
Oh yeah, like but not like a chunky salsa. Like more like a consistent. You know,
like pico de gallo, bro. You know,
kind of that pico de gallo is a little bit more chunky. Like more.
Yeah, it's chunky, man. That's chunkier than what I was talking about.
But so you get it to that, and then you keep that.
I'm a chunky monkey.
You take like a quarter of that, and you saute that with a ham bone.
Yeah.
And you get it nice and brown with your oils and everything, and then you throw in your pink beans, and then you throw in a whole head of fresh cilantro on top of that with some tomato sauce.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, this is some of the best beans you'll ever have in your life. And you put that on top of rice.
Is it called pink beans? Is that like what you call the dish?
I mean, that's how you translate it in English. But I mean, I wouldn't say there's like an American dish that is like it. It's rosados, like you're just like black beans are black beans. Like, I don't know, like, and everybody has a different way of making black beans, but like the Cubans make it totally different than the Guatemalans. But that right there, those pink beans, every time I make them for even people that don't even like beans, it's a gate. What's that called? Not
everybody in the chat say they're hungry now.
It's a gateway.
I know that's right. Well, I tell you what.
That like I might need to eat something. Papa like I'm hungry now.
You had me all in until you mentioned the cilantro part, though. I can't dig cilantro for some reason.
My wife don't like cilantro either.
You don't like cilantro though. It just adds to the layer of flavors. You don't even
thinks it tastes like
extra kick.
Soap. She Googled it. So like 1 in 200 people think cilantro tastes like dish soap.
That's true.
Like yeah.
That's
because true. I love cilantro, but she don't like it.
It's been a long time since I've tried it, but yeah, I've only tried it like once or twice. And yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't deal with it, man. I don't know if it was a dish soap kind of flavor to it or whatever, but it was definitely a funky flavor that I wasn't digging, man. You know what I mean?
You want a clean tongue? Eat cilantro.
You want fresh bread?
I got my mouth washed out enough when I was a kid with soap. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I was about to say. It reminded you of your grandma sticking that bar of soap in your mouth, boy.
Man, what you talking about?
Right
all right, Prospect. Don't tell all my daggum secrets, man. Come on now.
Having a meantime or two.
So
I put like Cajun spice in everything, just about. I don't do much cilantro though.
He's like, nope, just use the Cajun spice.
Yeah, Cajun spice fix it all. You having eggs? Cajun spice. Sorry, go ahead.
Where are you at, Peacock? What state are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like probably 30, 45, 40 minutes, something like that, away from south of Atlanta.
Okay. I went to Atlanta when I was running from the hurricane last year. I tell you
what. Oh,
what,
snap.
Where you at, Tina? You in Florida?
Yeah, I was in Palmetto, which is right. We got a direct hit from Milton.
Did you go to the Atlanta Motor Speedway?
No, because I didn't want to leave the house. That traffic is a nightmare.
I just know because Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is like not very far from where I'm at, they open up their campgrounds and stuff a lot of times for, hurricane people trying to get out of Florida and like, South Carolina and stuff,
No, I went to a friend's house. I got a friend with a big house, and she just let us all. It was me, my mom, my dad, my dog, my bird, my 2 kids, and my husband.
Holy moly! Oh, that's a good friend.
I heard that.
I noticed you mentioned the birds and the kids and everybody else before you mentioned your husband. I'm sorry, brother.
Well, it's not because he wasn't important. It's just if obviously wherever I go, he's gonna go. My kids
Philip's only bringing you half the chili he was going to bring you.
I'm sorry, Phil.
The whole jiu-jitsu class is getting on him right now. I can just hear it coming.
So in y'all's jiu-jitsu class, how many people? Is it like kids or is it like adults or what is it? A mixture?
So we have a kids class that's for little kids like ages 4 to 7, which my 6-year-old is in that, and my 16-year-old teaches, and she assistant coaches, and sometimes she teaches on her own as well. And then they have an older kids class that's up to like age 11, and she assistant coaches that as well.
Awesome.
And then there's the adults class at 7:30, which we all do as a family. And my 6-year-old doesn't train in that class, but she stays and she'll play in the back. And it's a big family jiu-jitsu place. So
that's what I figured.
And they play Nerf guns in the back, and they build forts, and I mean,
that's a good life right there. That's good stuff.
It
I've
is.
seen some of your videos where you put on IG and everything where you got the whole family in there and everything. Man, that's cool right there. That's pretty damn cool right there for real.
You know, I think I just think it's so cool to be able to train anything as a family. Like like, I don't care if it's dancing as a family. I don't care like doing anything like that. Especially jujitsu, because it's a very difficult martial art to learn. It's very there's a lot of chess involved, and for every one move that you learn, like you could learn how to do a choke on somebody. If you do one move wrong, you're not going to get a choke right. It's not going to work. So you got to practice that choke like 100 times more than that to really perfect it and really know what you're doing. And then for every choke, you got to learn 50 moves that somebody could do to counter that. And that has to be done with precision. So, I mean, it takes like 8 to 10, even 12 years to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu. It's really tough. And so, being able to go through those struggles together as a family and learn resiliency and perseverance together and struggle together and be able to help each other. Hey, like my 16-year-old, she's really good at certain stuff that I'm not good at. And my husband's good at stuff that she's not good at. So we all kind of help each other in that. And I'm a lot better with the stand-up stuff, like, Jeet Kune Do, and that's more natural for me. So I'm able to help.
Like everybody in the family's like everybody's on the same page and everybody's got their certain role to play, basically, kind of like.
Yeah, and I think that's really
cool.
I think it's really taught my kids to value hard work and to value relationships, because they're not there behind a phone all night. We're there 4 to 6 hours Monday and Wednesday nights, and it's all just connect and train, connect and train, and then eat and feast once a month. Like it's been a blessing to have that, because it's really and it keeps me young. I mean, keeps my joints nice and strong, and
it's a healthy thing.
Yeah. You got to be.
My grandson
keeps the blood pumping.
He and his family do homesteading. They raise chickens and cows and all kinds of critters, and that's sort of how they do it. My family, though, we trained in wilderness survival and firearms, basically, as a family.
Hey, that works too. It's the same
I know
thing.
gun fu with a mastery in Ruger P90.
Yeah. I mean, I love that too. One of the guys in our class, our jiu-jitsu class, Alex, he's a former Marine, and he's got a lot of land. So we've been able to go to his house and practice shooting over there.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
Yeah, so our kids, they know how to use a gun, and
discipline and respect is a big deal if you're raised that way, and you don't have to worry about the other stuff later on usually.
So hearing this, I know Tone told me earlier today that you have a song where you're doing some jujitsu in it in the video.
Yes, Be Brave.
I think we should watch that. I want to see it.
Yeah, the Be Brave.
Yeah,
you got it queued up, Tone.
Which by the way, before we watch this, the stuff that he did in this video, like I legit learned that day. Like this is all stuff that it was like a real one-on-one session with my coach.
Oh,
and
wow.
The reason I did this video with him is because he had coached me through some really tough, walking away from a really tough friendship that was not good for me. But, I had a lot of history with this person. It was hard for me to walk away. So he coached me through all that and really helped me break free from it. So the story of this song is about these two people that I walked away from that meant a lot to me, and took a lot of courage, because I always stay too long. Like I'm the real nice one that gets walked on, And it was my first time that I really stood up for myself and just said, you know what, I'm going to make the choice and be brave enough, but also like have the courage to not let my heart get sour in the process. So that's why him being in this video was so special to me, because he's like a big brother. He's a big, huge person in our life. And this training was legit. Like, I actually did do the things you see me do.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Roll it, Tone. Let's roll.
Really? Let me see here.
Not gonna take this wounded heart to my grave. Wanna face it, be brave. Full of regret that I ever knew you. Wasting my time just so you could see a breakthrough. Lost myself trying to maintain the insane. Manipulated by your lies on replay. Sick and twisted, toxic, you dismiss. Gaslighting everyone, mask on, you're a narcissist. The last words I heard from you were, I'm not worth it. Hiss and slither while you praying all the innocent. Got too many fools, but you lost me to play. And you thought I wouldn't speak to the streets, but I'm here to say, I'm here and I'll say, not gonna take this wounded heart to my grave. No, 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 no. Wanna face it, I'll be brave. I'll be brave. Not gonna take this wounded heart to my grave. No, 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 no. Wanna face it, I'll be brave. Ignore the red flags right in front of my face. You were protected by denial, trying to erase the disgrace. Even told me to hide a lie about a pink ring. Not like you, now you're threatened by my honesty. I can do what you do, I don't do voodoo. Stuck in this deja vu, I refuse to use you. A cool kiss from an infinite friend. Had to slay the dragon with the end of my pen. You got so many fools, but you lost me to play. And you thought I would speak to the streets, but I'm here to say, I'm right here and I'll say, not gonna take this wounded heart to my grave. No, 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 no. Won't face it, I'll be brave, be brave. I'll be brave. Not taking this wounded heart to my grave. Not gonna take it, I'll be brave. Wanna face it, I'll be brave, be brave. I'll be brave. You won't take from me anymore. Take from me anymore. Oh.
Tina, that song is amazing. Like, I had no idea. Like, I like you as an artist a million times more than I ever liked you because of that song right there. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't like you before. I'm just saying I like you that much more. Like crazy, man. No, the subject, the topic of that song is something that people don't even talk about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's really good, and it'll free you. You know, free you from your shit.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It's a good song.
Well, that was a song that helped me free me from my shit.
I get it. No, I
It
get it.
did. Like, I mean, it took me a long time to write that because I literally went through the process of, you know, thinking all that stuff out and walking through it. But like the line that I said, an infinite friend had to slay the dragon with the end of my pen, something along those lines. The way I even came up with that is because there was a night where I was struggling, like actually going back and trying to talk things out with this friend. This is a friend of 25 years. And my husband, he came in the room. I couldn't sleep that night. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning. He had gotten up for work and I was crying. And he's like, what's going on? I'm like, I kind of want to like talk to her again. And he's like, you know, you have an opportunity. The dragon is in the den right now and you can slay it, or you can let it come back into our life and let it not only ruin your life, but also teach our kids to do the same.
Yeah.
And when he said that, just the light bulb went off and I was just like, you're right. I got to slay the dragon. And I just literally just blocked everything and never spoke to that person again. And so that's where that line came from, of like having the strength to just wake up and like be like, okay, no matter how much you want this to work, they don't want to put in the work, and they just want to manipulate and make things their way. It's not a give. It's a give-take relationship.
Yeah.
So that's where that song came from. Is that
you know, you could love someone and care for them and pray for them and all that good stuff and still remain separate from them, because some people are harmful for you and your family. You know, you got to protect yourself and your family.
And the thing about narcissists is they don't know that they're narcissists.
No.
You know?
Yeah, and they don't care either.
No, don't care.
They only care about what you can do for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they're masters at making you think that they're interested in making it work, that they're interested in caring about you. They have all the right things to say. And I think that's what dragged me along for so long, was believing that this person really did want well for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The actions wouldn't match it. You know,
the more they know you, the more they use that as a manipulative tactic. You know, they'll try everything in the world to manipulate.
And that's the crazy thing. It's like their goal, you know.
They make you feel like you're the bad
goal, you know.
Yep.
Find
Have you questioning yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then not only that, but when you want the merry-go-round and the circus to stop and you try to get out, they make you feel like you're the person that is giving up.
You're the bad guy.
And that's what makes you not want to walk away. And like in my shirt, it said never quit. You know, like it's that is who I am at my core. I don't give up. But you have to realize that is you not giving up. That's
exactly.
That's not giving up.
That separation is proactive, so you can you know, take that. I mean, it's reactive also, but it's an initiation that you got to do sometimes. You just have to.
Well,
that's one thing I've had to preach to my daughter. She's about to be 18 in a couple months, and you know, she's went through her little shady friends stage and everything. You know what I mean? And you know, that's why I told her, like, just because you got a good heart, you got good intentions and everything like that. There's you know, however many million, billion, or whatever people in the world, like you're one of a kind. You know what I mean? So chances are they're not going to have the same heart thought pattern, and you know what I'm saying, what you got. You know what I'm saying? So I basically taught her to just kind of pay attention to every situation, you know.
And that's the right thing to do, because good people are the people who narcissists take advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
right.
That's their target. So
they look for that in a room, because they know they can they can control it and use it to their advantage. Because good-hearted people, most of the time, unless you understand narcissism or have experienced it and get educated about it, you're not even going to realize that's what you're dealing with.
Hey, we're in the music business. We know narcissists.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to understand it in the music business.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You better, because you're going to get
narcissism and ego kind of go hand in hand.
Oh yeah, it's a mess.
Well, you've got full-blown narcissists, and then you've got people with strong narcissistic traits who are not full-blown narcissists, but
then you also have the narcissistic personality disorder,
which
is a separate thing. It's crazy. We know
boy, we going through the personality disorder charts tonight.
No, we're not.
I ain't got enough time for that tonight now, damn it.
Peacock is like, there's good and there's bad people, okay?
I mean, that's basically that's bottom line. You know what I mean?
Tune in on Thursday to figure out if you're blue, yellow, or red in narcissism.
Damn right.
For real. No, but it's so true. Like in this industry, it is mind blowing the amount of people all of us have had to deal with.
Yeah.
That have betrayed, taken advantage, screwed us over, in so many different ways. And
we sum it up by calling them snakes, but that really don't cover it. There's just so many different kinds of, I guess, vipers out there. But it reminds me of back when I was a teenager, I did a lot of drugs. I won't go into the details, but I was on a self-destructive path. And through prayer and a bunch of other things, I found my way off the drugs. That was actually the easy part. It was the people associated with it that was the hard part. You had to separate from, you know what I mean? And that's really tricky. And that's the hard part for any of this stuff.
Once you start going through that separation part, they want to try to start labeling you then.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I could whoop their ass, so I didn't worry about that too much. but the thing of it is, though, not everybody has that. I guess
I can relate to that, old Skeet. I can relate to that. Most people, I can whip their ass unless they're a big man.
Yeah, my ass whooping days are over with now. But
I was about to say, Steve, be careful who you're talking to. Now you got a daggum jujitsu damn princess over here, damn it.
we're on the same side on most things, so I think we're good.
Most of the time.
Hell yeah.
Most of the time.
We pretty much are.
She ain't heard the Swamp Donkey song yet, so I got to hold out on that.
Y'all probably like it.
You probably have to pray after you hear it. I just put it that way because you probably will like it.
I probably will like it, and you know what? We're probably gonna sing it in heaven. I think we're gonna be surprised some of the stuff that we hear in heaven. My abuela always says that if anybody hears somebody cursing in heaven, it's gonna be her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, she's still going to be drinking a beer too.
Exactly. Yes. There just won't be no.
I will definitely cheers to her on that note.
94, and she has a beer every single night with dinner.
Nice.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Tina. We talked about what got you into business. We sort of talked about where you're at right now. What's the future hold? What are you looking at?
Oh man. Well, I think that has changed 5 million different times in the last 3 years. It's like I get focused on one thing and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go after that, and then I'm sync licensing, blah 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 blah, and then like my vision or journey changes or goal, I guess you could say. So for right now, I'm really just more focusing on just being consistent and making music. Just stay consistent. That's the hardest part for me because of time and being a mom and caretaking with my parents. And it's really hard to make time to make music. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
So
for y'all.
That is, at some point I would love for the music to make some kind of money. I think we all feel that way, right? Like it would be nice to make some type of profit. I don't think any of our hearts are in a place of like, let's be a jelly roll and like the whole world know who we are. I think that's a nightmare for at least me. I like going to Walmart in PJs and nobody knowing who I am. You know what I mean? Like,
so you're among those statistics. Okay. Thank you for letting us know that.
I think if there's any way for God to bless this money, that comes from music in his favor and in a way that doesn't walk all over people or use people or doesn't, consist of fame that is just that's just not for me, but like the type of blessing financial that blesses my family, my friends, takes care of my parents, takes care, it expands God's kingdom. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't really know how or what that's going to look like. I've stopped trying to find a way or a goal to look for that does that. So I don't know. I think this could go a million different ways. I think your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Tina, I have a vision in my head of you, and I think that you are just like the person who goes to events to help women and just I don't know, to help people. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's something going on, like an event in your community where you can help people, and just go do what you do because you have that vibe. Like you're definitely like a healer type person. You know what I'm saying? You really are. And I think that's how you should focus yourself and not focus on the money. I know making music is a sacrifice of money. It always is, but to help people with your music,
you could get the money coming in a little bit at a time. I mean, I got money coming in, but it has to do with, it ain't much, but it has to do with the number of songs I got out there and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but if you help people,
with
you will
AI now, with AI now, with music, it's changing it, and it's becoming really pristine and perfect. So putting out rougher music, I don't mean terrible music, but music that is not perfected, that has flaws. I think, and it's my opinion, I think in the future that music is what people will migrate to because it's real.
That's how
I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, I think AI music is very hollow. There's no substance to it. It's just.
Yeah. I haven't heard any AI music. Not
once. I promise you have. If you watch TV,
any shit from 1996.
Yeah.
I messed around a few weeks ago, dude, and found a I don't know, y'all familiar with Yellow Wolf?
Yeah.
Love Yellow Wolf.
Okay, so I messed around a couple weeks ago, dude, and found it popped up on my YouTube for whatever reason. Anyways, it was a Yellow Wolf dissing P. Diddy track or whatever, right?
Yeah,
so
I saw that, but I didn't watch it. I saw the average of the
But come to find out that the YouTube page that it was created from or was shared from or whatever, that's basically all the songs that they put out through there are like AI created.
Yeah, and they're stealing people's voices. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it sounded just like Yellow Wolf. It was off a little bit. If you really know Yellow Wolf's voice and the way he flows and everything, like it took me a minute to pick up on it. I had to listen to the song a couple times just because of the fact that he was dissing P. Diddy, and I was freaking like,
exactly. He ain't doing
what the hell off of some of the stuff that he was saying. You know what I mean? But I went back and listened to it again, and I was like, hold up, something ain't right. And I went digging in a little deeper, and come to find out, yeah, it's like a AI little I don't know, YouTube thing or whatever, legit page or whatever. I don't know, but I don't know. It just tripped me out though.
Well, I don't know if y'all saw Tone the Bone story, but he out there in that mosh pit, and guess who's coming up live across the freaking speakers while he's moshing? Yellow Wolf.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
AI or real deal?
No, real deal. Ain't no AI.
I didn't even see that.
AI can't learn me now. Promise you.
Shit.
So, Peacock, how did you get into music? And
how much time we got? No, I'm just playing. No, man, I don't know, man. Like ever since I was a kid, man, I grew up. All right, so for early part of my childhood, I grew up like in the hood, Run DMC, old school LL Cool J, all that kind of stuff, like, or mid 80s, early 80s, mid 80s, up to the 90s or whatever. Then I moved from there to the country, which was like a shock to the system all the way around. But yeah, I don't know, man. My mom, she played pianos and organs in the church. Um, and I had a couple buddies, man, when we were teenagers. You know, we tried to get together. You know, we was gonna get a band going. We're gonna be the next Nirvana, and you know, this and that or whatever. I don't know, man. Music's just always. I could be at home on a day off of work and just listen to music all day long without watching any kind of TV or nothing. I'll be perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch a whole lot of TV at all, anyways. You know, just it's always got some kind of music playing either in my head or like live and in person. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just been something that's I've always kind of it's always been my go-to. You know what I'm saying?
So do you play live instruments or do you produce through like your systems?
No, I mess with my music now through my I use FL Studios.
Okay.
And but now back in when me and those few guys had a so-called band thing going or whatever. Uh, so I had a my stepsister's husband when I was young. He played drums in the church and everything, and he had a drum set at his house and everything. He taught me a little bit about drums when I was a kid, and then 12, 13 years old or so, I met a guy that lived not too far around the corner from me. He had a set of drums and electric guitar in his grandma's house, and grandma was cool as hell, man. We could go in there and make all kind of noise in there, and she wouldn't say a damn thing. You know what I mean? So,
Was she hard of hearing?
no, she could. No, she was like you could go up. You could be like whispering in the kitchen, and she'd be in the living room in there watching TV, and she would hear you. Like, no, her hearing was on point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was crazy, dude. But yeah, I mean, I tried messing around with the guitar a little bit. This was all before my daughter was born, and just ever since then, man, I let my guitar go, get away from me, and the whole deal with the drums and the guys I was with, man, we all kind of split ways. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I had a friend of mine, man, right after my daughter was born, about 17, 18 years ago now. He hooked me up with the old when it was called Fruity Loops, when it was on a disc, and downloaded it onto my laptop for me. And I didn't know what the heck I was doing then. I thought I did, but it didn't last long until my computer crashed on me, and I didn't ever go any kind of which way with it from then up until about 6, 7 years ago, maybe, when I started mixing around with Mixcraft and different little, you know, hacked versions of stuff or whatever. But I finally bit the bullet and I said, you know what, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I got my FL Studios Producers Edition and started kicking off from there, just basically teaching myself along the way, doing a lot of research on YouTube and here I am now,
So what's your favorite type of music to make? Like, do you still kind of prefer the more, like what you originally listened to, like Run DMC, LL Cool G types? Like, if you had a choice of your absolute favorite music, which one would it be?
Golly, is that a trick question? I don't know, man. God, I've been around all kind of music, all the way back to like 50s and 60s music. I remember I would be on my bicycle, when I was a teenager, with my little Walkman, and I would go in there and find one of my stepdad's cassette tapes, and it might be 1950s or 60s something greatest hits or whatever. I'd pop it in just to have something to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Um, like rock music, everything. I ain't never really dealt with country music for some reason though. I couldn't never, and that's what's crazy. Like I said, with that Set Me Free beat, I was like, it's like a country sounding beat, and I was basically just goofing around whenever I first made that beat. And next thing you know, boom, here we go. Um, Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, man. My music range is like all over the place, man. I like a lot of music, man. So it's kind of hard to nail just one down, you know?
I don't think I would have even dreamed up a song like Set Me Free on my own. I think I had to be given. I think when I got it handed to me, it only had Jericho's chorus on there. I hadn't heard anybody else. So I just kind of threw out what came to me, you know. I didn't even know how it was going to fit. I was like, what if this doesn't fit with what anybody else is saying or doing? Or, it all worked out. But like, country to me, especially if it's like super twangy, it's just, I can't handle it. It's cringe to me. Like, it just, I don't know what it is about country music, even though I was born in Texas. Like, I can't do it. I can't, it's too, I don't know what it is. It's just something about the
like, I never was around it when I was growing up. My mom, she loved, like, you know, like the pop or ish or whatever, you know, like, you know, Mariah Carey and,
yeah,
you know, stuff along those kind of lines or whatever and stuff. But like my stepdad, he was like, you know, REO Speedwagon, Foreigner, you know what I'm saying? Led Zeppelin and all that, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And then here I am in the middle. So like country music wasn't never really even played around too much when I was growing up. Unless we were just like over at somebody else's spot.
We didn't miss an episode of Hee Haw, I can tell you right now.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
You don't know Hee Haw? Oh my God.
Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
You know what?
I grew up on Hee Haw.
Depression, excessive misery. Anyway, you want to hear the rest.
It's basically like an old TV show, right? And there was some people. Yeah. It was like a stage set. The people were just there.
Yeah,
and
like a variety show.
It was
kind of like a old school Saturday Night Live kind of deal.
Country and shit. And you had the little hot chick who looked half retarded, but she was hot. I don't remember what her name is.
They had regular characters like Grandpa Jones and Roy Clark and Minnie Pearl, a bunch of those Junior Samples.
Exactly.
Grand Ole Opry legends, by the way.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep.
And
big deal.
You know, it's just Roy Clark is an underrated guitarist. He's one of the best guitarists there ever lived. And most people don't realize that. But my dad, he was a big, the country music he liked was the narrative country, like I don't know, Jim Stafford and some of those folks that would tell stories while they sang, you know. So that's the stuff I had to hear. We went to square dances, and I hated it until I started liking girls, and then I started liking it. But I was really into like rock and roll and you know, dance music. It wasn't rap at the time, but it became rap. You know, hip hop later. But I don't know.
I was real into TLC back then. I anything like hip hop or dance or like crap. Who were the people that wrote "I Saw the Sign"? Who are those people?
Oh,
hey, Ace of Base.
Ace of Base. Yep.
And Snap.
Booyah.
Snap was really big in Guatemala, believe it or not. Snap. I got the power.
I bet you liked Right Said Fred. Did you like Right Said Fred?
You heard it because that was
really that's a trick. If you don't know that, that's good. That's a good
Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for
my
shirt. So sexy it hurts.
That was Milli Vanilli days.
Milli Vanilli, yep.
The one hit wonder that never really hit and then made you wonder.
Yep, blame it on the rain.
Yeah, I used to get
Garrett said he's too sexy for Right Said Fred. I can't believe y'all even I even knew who that was.
Yeah, salt and
We should
pepper.
play that song right now. We should play it.
Salt and Pepper, that was another one.
Shannon said salt and pepper. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Pepper, oh man, I loved them. And my dad was real into Eric Clapton, so I heard a lot of Eric Clapton.
You know who was doing it big at that moment though? That Salt and Pepper moment? Paula Abdul. She was fucking getting it, buddy.
Yeah, Paula Abdul. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she was.
There was a lot of good people from back then, man. Chris Cross.
That was when Mariah Carey was on the
Chris Cross. Yeah. Everybody had Chris Cross had everybody wearing everything backwards, man.
Yeah, everything your pants backwards.
I was so unhappy that they didn't ever really make more good hits. Like they had such potential.
Who, Chris Cross?
Yeah.
They had
they were a studio creation. That was the
problem. They did make hits, but the problem was you gotta listen to the album to hear them because they are hits. They just didn't freaking make it for some reason.
Besides Jump, what did they hit?
I Missed the Bus. That was their number 2.
That's right. Okay,
yeah,
that's right. Okay, I forgot about that one. That was another good one. Yeah, but that was kind of the same around the same time as Jump. I'm just saying, like
it was off the same album.
Yeah, later on, they never really made any more that did any.
No, but they actually
while y'all were listening to that crap, I was listening to Digital Underground.
Oh yeah, Digital Underground. I was listening to Tupac rapping on Digital Underground the other day, bro.
That's right.
Like he killing it, bro.
My coach is in the chat now. It's the No Limits guy. He said, "Tina,
what up, coach?"
He said, "Tina, my
ninja." He said, "What's up, Raven?" That's what he said.
He said, "Tina, my ninja."
Did y'all save Tina some chili? If not, there's going to be some fails and falls and trips and pops going on.
When just wait till she comes back in there. Y'all all gonna be hurting.
My coach is 6'2", maybe 6'3", 100 and probably 90 pounds, and the dude is a walking killer. If he didn't save me chili, I will forgive him.
I believe you could take him, Tina. I believe you could.
Oh no, I attack him all the time. Unexpected. Not all the time. I did it once, and I regretted it.
I seen you kick his butt in that music video a minute ago.
You should have seen when he first taught me how to do that, where it's a certain throw, and he kept landing on my head. So imagine like this big man.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, no, we did that probably. I don't even remember how many times we did that take, but I finally got it right like the last 2 times. And he's like, "You're not stepping in far enough, and you got to do this right, you got to do that right." And he's awesome though. That's my boy right there. That's my brother.
That's awesome.
He's a really good coach. So if he doesn't save me chili, it's because he probably needed it more than me.
Yeah. Exactly. Coach is hungry.
Which coach really loves music too. He's he loves old school stuff a lot. And he loves every kind of music really, but
heck yeah.
So Olski, how did you get into the music industry?
Well, let me ask you a question first. How did you get into the interviewing business when this is your interview?
I like it.
I like to know about people. It's just natural, whatever.
So what's the question? How'd I get into it?
Yeah.
I'll tell the abbreviated version.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell the PG-13 version of it.
Just give it to him.
I started rapping. I was inspired by Run DMC and a bunch of others, Sugar Hill Gang and all that stuff. And in college, I rapped a little bit in between. Anyway, so I made a couple tapes. I put 2 box. You know what a box is, right? A boom box. I have a boom box and a stereo, and I'd play like an instrumental of something. And then I would rap over it onto the boombox, and make a really terrible demo tape. And it was actually bad rap too, to be honest. It was that cornbread rap everybody You know, all the people who start do, you know, I went to the store, got a loaf of bread, you know, that kind of stuff. And but it was
mama, and she's
yeah. Then you throw in a word you knew about, and you know, whatever. But it got better, and a friend had heard the tape, and he invited me to come to one of their sessions, their practice sessions. And it was a group called the Master Control Force. This was in 1985, I guess. And that's where I met this guy named Mr. Mix. And Mr. Mix changed his name to DJ Trick. And later he is actually
Fresh.
Yeah, and we know him now as Paw Fresh. And so anyway, there was a guy named MC Pete Rashid is his name now, Def D, who's no longer with us, and MMS, who is Bobby Doe now. Anyway, we were a group that was signed with. They eventually invited me to the group and as an MC, and we were signed to Big Bad Wolf Records or Big Bad Wolf Productions out of Jackson, Tennessee, by a man named James Wolf, Super Wolf. He was a Sugar Hill artist, and so we were exploited. We worked for them for a while and did shows here and there. The very first show I ever did had 2,500 people at it. And it was scary. And I was a white dude on the mic back then. This was in 85. And you had to bring it, or you better just not get on stage, you know, because there was fights and riots and all kinds of stuff that happened at shows back then. They still do, but not as bad as they were then. But anyway, we paid our dues and all that, got to know each other, and one thing led to another, and I got fired. And I got fired because I asked about the money. We were getting paid, but it was not enough. And so
Papa Fresh, you got paid in cheeseburgers and no fries.
Yeah, we got paid in actual money, but they were just enough to buy like McDonald's cheeseburgers and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
How much did you get paid for the whole show? You talking about?
It wasn't much. We'd have to split it. You know, so he would pay the group, he wouldn't pay the individuals. And so the group would have to split the money. And so usually it wasn't very much. And so anyway, but we got to meet a lot of people. We got to be on stage with a lot of cool people. We learned a lot. And later on, a few years later, we started, Paw Fresh and I started Doghouse Records and Doghouse Productions in a recording studio, not in that order, but that's how it sort of happened for us. And anyway, it's good times.
Do you have any regrets?
Oh, of course I do. But some of them I won't name, but, you know, as an older person looking back, and I tell people this all the time, especially young artists, they say, well, you know, if you have any advice for young artists, I'm like, yeah, always have somebody in your life that'll let you know when you're full of shit. You really need that. To do this, you have to have an ego. You can't get on stage. You can't do this stuff without one. The problem is you got to keep it in check, and you got to keep it real, as TNT would say. And to do that, sometimes you need a little help, but people who love you, not haters, you know. And I was blessed. I had a wonderful wife, and she was from Arkansas. She'd cut you if you get too bad with her. But she was a nurse, so she could patch you up too. So, but anyway, she would let me know if I got a little too carried away, and I kept it real. I did. But my regrets really have to do with things that I either didn't do or maybe did wrong. You know, obviously, and you know, so not really. I'm glad we were on the verge of making it a couple times back then. But if that would have happened, it would have changed the life that I lived. And I'm glad it didn't happen that way. You know, as a young person, I don't know how I would have dealt with that, being a married man and family man and all that kind of thing. That would have been very difficult for me. I had faith and all that kind of stuff, but still, the human animal gets in the way sometimes. And so, you know, really all you can do is just, you know, Don't be fake. You know, there's always an essence of it, like something as simple as you're not feeling well and you pretend you're feeling good. I still do that. That's fake though, you know. But when it comes to your music, you can't put that in your music. Now, if you're doing a skit in your music, that's a little different. But serious music, you just got to be real with it, you know. And you bring that to the table. That's what I like about your music. It's never forced, you know. And so, anyway,
I appreciate that. That means a lot to me because that's what I want. I want people to feel that. I want people to feel the
authenticity.
Yeah, it means a lot to me. It's everything. Like integrity and character are a lot for me. Like anybody that knows me very well knows that is like, it's like it really matters to me that my heart is clean when nobody's watching. And because I know God is, and his opinion is what matters the most. But at the end of the day, like, you know, the legacy that I want to leave to, you know, when I pass away is that people can say, man, she was a good friend. She was a good mom. She was a good wife. And like, no, there's no denying that, you know, and like you said, Prospect, she helped people and she loved God with her whole heart, you know, like that right there, that one paragraph, that means everything to me. Like I could care less how much money I made. Honestly, making the money is just so you can make more music and you can live and you can give legacy of wealth and whatever that's
money will come.
Yeah, like it's like water, it comes and goes.
Exactly.
But what you cannot buy is that stuff that I mentioned. That takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and intentionality. And it takes work. It takes work to heal a relationship. It takes work to keep a relationship close. It takes work and intentionality to be there for my kids, be there for my husband when he needs me, and vice versa. It takes work to keep the foxes and the weeds out of the marriage. It takes work to make sure my kids' voices are heard and valued and their feelings matter and that they become confident and they become loyal and they become good friends and they become good members of society and they know hard work and they're not afraid of it. You know, that takes a lot of intentionality and that stuff means a lot to me. And when I write music, everything I write about is stuff I live. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. There's not one thing I've ever written in music because I wouldn't. My husband's even told me, oh, you know what? You could make money as a ghostwriter. No, I couldn't because I didn't live their life. I would suck at ghostwriting.
Yeah, ghostwriting, that's crazy.
Because I write from a place of emotion.
Well, you can be a writer, but you need to be like in a writer's group, you know? That's the way I think about it.
Yeah, but you know, I'm not good at like poetry or writing or like I suck at writing. Like you should have. I did so bad in my ACT. They sent my money back. That's not an exaggeration. Like it really happened. Like I got to the reading part, you know, where you had to read the paragraphs and then answer the questions and like. I would go and read
the story and tell you what happened.
I'd start daydreaming about something and then I'd read it again and then I'd be like, I don't remember. And then I'd go back. I Christmas treed the entire reading section of my ACT and the math section. Literally, I was done with that in like 5 minutes. Everybody else was still working and I was just like, I feel like
you making pretty pictures on the page.
I didn't even care that I paid money for it. I didn't care about college. I didn't care about none of that. I was like,
I was high when I took my ACT.
And you probably did better than I did.
I got into college. I did.
I think you get like a certain amount of points just for writing your name, right? So
no, I got a really good score on it though.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm just
I got a better one when I wasn't high, but.
I probably got my name wrong.
I'm a good test taker myself. You can give me any test right now, and I might pass it, even if it's something I never even heard of before.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a good test taker.
I suck at tests. I get anxiety.
But I didn't go to college. I got my GED. But you know what I did do? I got the only perfect score. The teacher called me and she said, "You just scored perfect on your science test. Nobody's ever done that before, bro." And you know what they did on my shit? They gave me a 90%. And she called me and told me. That's why. And I thought about it. That's why she told me. Because you can't be that good if you're not that good. Like, it's crooked shit.
You're one of them.
I figured it was a conspiracy, man.
Yeah.
It's on the curve shit. Or something.
But no, she literally called me and said, "You got every question right on the science portion of your GED test." I said, "No way." She said, "You're the only person that's ever done that." I said, and science was my bad. That I was good at math, not science.
So I ain't even gonna mention none of my scores.
Johnny Cash and Don Francisco were great storytellers with their music. The reason I pointed that out is I like to tell stories too. That's one of my things. If you listen to any of my music, I'm usually telling a story.
I'm a storyteller.
I love it. You know, do you just, I mean, a lot of people write different ways, they express the emotion a certain way and then they maybe drape it in some kind of metaphoric experience or whatever. And some people are just more straightforward with, whatever the story is. How do you like to address that kind of stuff when you tell stories in your music?
I think, well, for me, I like to get a good melody first. Like, I like to hear the beat and then find a melody that really I think is catchy, because I think that's the hardest part is you can write a lot of good stuff, but if it doesn't have a catchy melody, it's going to fall flat. Like it's going to be hard to use. You might as well throw it out. So I like to find a really catchy melody. And when I say catchy, I'm talking about something that you can hear over and over and over again, and it still sounds good.
Yes.
It's something you can repeat in your head.
That's how you do it.
I'll be brave. I'll be brave. Like, that gets in your head, or
Whoops, there it is.
I'm not holy. I feel the tears. They just keep on falling. Like, that's a catchy melody.
Let's go.
I feel the tears.
Boy, I got them cold chills again on that, boy. I tell you what.
Time. This is a love that's been chasing my life. I can't ignore you anymore. I give you my life, Lord. It's you I adore. Lord, you broke every chain. For me, I know it's a catchy melody when I
know y'all can't see them.
The chills. Like, when I'm like, "Woo, this is it," and I'm in it. Okay, that's my first thing.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And then I think, okay, when I hear this melody, what do I think of? Like, what do I feel? What experience in my life do I attach that to? Like, with Rent Free, I was driving on a dirt road, and I was thinking of all the people that probably are hating on me, and I'm driving on this road, right? And it just came to my head. I'm probably in their head right now. So I called up Papa Fresh immediately, and I was like, I got an idea. I was driving on a dirt road, and we live in Rent Free in all these haters' minds. Like, come up with something.
Hey, that's dope.
And he sent me that beat, and that's how Rent Free was born.
No way.
But I told him,
right.
But I told him, I was like, living rent free in your missing. I was like, something that goes with that. Living rent free in your missing. And so, I like to write like that. Now, I know a lot of people get into the whole like lyrical rapping and, double entendres and like that's good rapping and all that. And I like to grow in that. Like, I would say I'm not super lyrical. I can be, but that's more of like a muscle that you strengthen over time. But what I love to do, Tina Smith, and I think you guys can hear this in my music, is I'm very melodical. Whether I'm rapping, singing,
Yeah.
I'm very melodical. Like even my harmonies, they're very off the cuff. Like to the point that I only let Papa Fresh and one other guy mix my stuff because whenever I was sending people harmonies, they thought I was like singing. I didn't sing.
Nothing left to prove.
Yeah, there you go. That I was born off a dirt road.
Let's go.
And so what was I saying? Melodies, melodical harmonies. That, like, you know, a lot of my harmonies, I harmonize the way I would play it on an instrument.
Yes.
So I don't do the normal alto, you know, soprano and low end harmonies. I don't do that with my music. I think very off the cuff, outside of the box. What would I do with a lead guitar? What would I do with a bass? What would I do with, if I was playing in a band, what do I hear? And I sing it.
So you're saying like each time you record, it's like a different instrument in the song. Like, is that what I'm hearing? Like you're singing your song, the lead vocal, but when you come to the backup vocals, now you're hitting the other melodies in the song, the other instruments in the song. Is that what I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, because like most singers, they sing in harmony with the main vocal.
Yes, exactly. You're just trying to hit the key and keep it the same, but you're saying you're changing the actual melody to like the other parts of the song, you know, or your own melodies, you know.
Right. I'm making my own instruments with my voice instead of having other background singers. And so a lot of engineers, they didn't get that. They were trying to auto-tune my voice or were trying to make it like an alto soprano. And then Papa Fresh was like, no, don't touch it, you know?
Yeah, don't auto-tune nothing on that. Hell no.
I was literally, after I just heard you sing a second ago and I heard the song, no hate to whoever mixed Tina's voice, because I'm not saying nothing. You had to make the song right, but I could hear the compression from the song when I was listening to your voice just now, because you were not compressed and it was beautiful. And I like I'm into that stuff. I'm into mixing and all that kind of stuff. And the full signal, you got to keep as much of the full signal as you can, man, especially for people like you who can sing so good, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't believe somebody tried to put auto-tune on you. Like, no, man, what the hell?
Exactly.
If you listen to the first song that I ever released, it was with ASAP Preach. He actually mixed that song and he put a lot of auto-tune on it.
Yeah.
But it was more just his style, you know. And I didn't really know anything about mixing on my first song. I had no clue. I had no idea what to look for. So the mixing has definitely evolved. I'd say it's I'm way pickier about who mixes my voice now.
Well, your natural voice is what you need to hear.
Right.
You know, if somebody's messing it up, you need to be like, we need to fix this. Come on.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I am. I'm very picky. I've actually had people kind of get frustrated because I am very picky. But I have an ear for that stuff now. I didn't before, but I do now. And you know, but Papa Fresh, he does a really good. He actually mixed Rent Free. I think he did a really good job with it, mixing my voice in that, and I loved everything about that. I don't even think I had him redo that at all. Loved it from there. That was one of those like super easy songs. He wrote his in like 20 minutes. I wrote mine in 20 minutes. K Marie wrote hers and she took a little bit longer, but overall the song was very easy to make.
Nice.
And my husband made the cover art.
Oh, sweet.
Well, hit that play button. Let's go.
I will say that if you're working with Papa Fresh, he's like Allstate. You're in good hands. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know who all catch on to that or whatever, but yeah.
Man, I hate Allstate. That's the worst insurance company there ever was.
I'm just saying. I'm just using
And I'm
their
not a
little
hater.
slogan, man.
I'm not a hater, but don't go with Allstate, bro.
Nothing left to prove. If you went free and you miss time. Nothing left to prove. If you went free and you miss time. Nothing left to prove. You did this to yourself, came after people of God. There's only one judge and it ain't hard to decide. Who's the bobblehead who hiding truth from a lie? It ain't me. Sleep good at night. Your soul is so ugly, yo, it's really a shame. Freddy Krueger having nightmares at the sound of your name. Bendito, pobrecito. Labios inflamados como nalgas en bonito. Kilo, I ain't assaulted, I'm describing you. All the fake don't surprise me anymore, real people do. That gene pool of yours, yo, it needs a lifeguard. You don't need more cucarachas running in our backyard. You make a minus, make a blocks instead of Lego. Si attributo better. Flowing in the viento. So go ahead with all your shots at the crew. We live your rent free in your mind, nothing left to prove. You're rent free in your missing. Nothing left to prove. Live your rent free in your missing. Nothing left to prove. Live your rent free in your missing. Nothing left to prove. Live your rent free in your missing. Nothing left to prove.
Stakes is high. Yo, step into the scenery. It's Miss Tina, Paul, Queen Marie. Ay, we on deck with the hip hop, digging in the cradle, no we don't stop. Rent free in your missing. I look around, a lot of y'all be busy. Fool, you just a fool and you don't trust God. Matter of fact, fool, you just are. Careful how you talk, I might have a yoke. Criminal minded, knowing really flash blinded. Spitting at them, yeah, you know we hitting at them swine. You know we doing our thing. We're so funky, Paul funky fresh. And when we rocking on the trick, ain't nothing less. Look at here, you know them stakes be high, cuz rent free in your missing. That's what it was.
If you're rent free in your missing. Nothing left to prove. If you're rent free and you're missing. Nothing left to prove. If you're rent free and you're missing. Nothing left to prove. If you're rent free and you're missing. Nothing left to prove.
Tripping and sipping all over your words. You're looking up at the sky when there's not a plane or bird. Looking kind of paranoid. Tell me, are you girl? You don't got no peace of mind. I'm rent free over third. It's hilarious the thing that people do these days. Want you to change, but they take a second to listen to the words they say. Por favor, please cállate un momento. You're just making up lies, ya deja el invento. Let's take a second and analyze and through Google Docs. I realize that you're just a fan that's hiding under the skies. I came to see it with my own eyes. How on earth am I living in a mansion rent free inside your mind? All I hope is that you please a sauna. And please don't forget to bring me a pina colada. Be mad about it now, why would I even bother? Peace of mind is all I need, and yours I'm rent free.
Rent free.
Papa Fresh, it's one of my favorites still to this day. That's one of my favorites. That was such a fun song.
Hell yeah. And it makes a lot of sense too. You in somebody's brain like that, they got them thinking about you. You done messed their whole world up, and you going on about your way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then the whole nothing left to prove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nothing else to talk about.
It's done and over with.
It's done. You're done. It's actually one of the kids in our jiu-jitsu, he wants to be a UFC fighter, and he said he was gonna walk out into the ring to that song.
I can see that happening. I can see that be a good little entrance song right there, for real.
Prospect, you gotta unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. Thank you. Thank you.
He was speaking in code language. We do that from time to time on here.
Yeah.
We practice reading lips.
No, I mute myself for a reason because I'll be laughing when I shouldn't laugh and shit. I'm like, no, let me mute this shit. No, for real though. No, when I listen to that song, bro, that's like that reminds me of like SPM type. You know what I'm talking about? Reveal part, fucking the real shit. Anyway,
South Park Mexican, yeah.
Well, Well, you ain't got to say it like that.
Well, that's what SPM.
That's what his name.
I'm just playing.
I met his people. I met his people.
My boy Carlos Coy, you know, it just kind of sounds like that. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, look, Paul, big pimp. He got the two hot Latino type girls with him, bro. He's like, hey, let's go.
Is he accessorizing? Is that what that's called?
He's just checking off his list. He hasn't done.
Exactly. Check Paul. Check for Paul.
He's like, never did a song with two Latinas. Check.
Exactly.
I love you, Papa.
I'm glad you got that because I almost didn't say that on this show. I was like, maybe I shouldn't say it.
It's his bucket list. That's the word I was looking for.
Let's go. This shit's hard, bro. You got me snorting over here. Goddamn.
Yeah, he said check.
Damn, Prospect, you all right, bro?
I'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
Wait till you guys hear all the other stuff we're working on. He and I we're cooking up some stuff right now that is going to be like.
Oh, yeah?
It's like reggaeton meets Dirty South meets. It's like gumbo.
You said reggaeton. That means you got the energy coming on this thing.
Oh yeah. We got a total blend of who we are that's coming together. And
so who is it?
Papa Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Papa together?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're working on stuff right now. I have to finish up some stuff that he sent me that's already mixed, and then working on probably 3 songs right now. One of them is almost done, but yeah, he and I take a long time because he and I both have like full-time jobs. I don't get paid for mine, and he does.
I feel you.
No, yeah. I really enjoy making music with him, though. I mean, I feel like over the last 3 years, my circle of people that I make music has gotten a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Because it can get so... I was so excited to collaborate with people when I first started because I was like, oh, I love growing and I love challenging myself with different styles and different... it's so fun for me.
For sure. I feel that.
So I would, connect with these people to collaborate, and then it would just turn into just like this mess.
Yeah, it turns into a fucking drama pool.
It doesn't have to be because, like, I've made songs with Papa Fresh. I've made songs with a lot of people. There's no drama, So it doesn't have to be complicated. It's really not.
Yeah, it's not.
But when it is complicated, boy, does it wreck your world. It just sucks the life out of it.
Tina and I had a song here a while back, and it was going great until I got another person involved that didn't do music like we did, and it just went crappy.
Oh man! Well, what happened to that song? Y'all still got it?
It is murdered. The song has been murdered.
Oh snap!
It's buried over yonder on Alexander Street.
I still have my vocals. We could still do something with it, but we could still do something different with the vocals.
Yeah.
I think we could go with the same idea and just do something different.
Since she broke the contract, that song's free again, so we could actually do it.
So what are we talking about? What's the song about? Do y'all remember?
It's called. You want to talk about it or not?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
All right. The song's called "I'm a Boss," and I speak a little French. Tina speaks Spanish. We both speak English somewhat, and so it's an EDM song. And the original idea was to do just a fun song and do it in multiple languages and release it in Europe. And that's kind of what it was. It turned out originally it was on a really good path, I think, but.
Was you get the European artist involved?
When an EDM professional got a hold of it, she totally screwed it up. And what?
Look what I got, guys! Look what I got!
What is that?
It's the
Got
chili.
that chili.
Oh, you got the chili.
That's
Let's go.
smoke.
Oh,
They
snap.
did their job.
Let's go.
Oh, thank
We
you.
get a live testing right here.
Look,
on
that's like a
Mafia
whole.
Monday.
What is that? Is that a jalapeno? What is that?
Don't eat that one.
No,
Put that back in the bowl.
a whole jalapeno.
Well, what's up?
Hey.
Oh shit, a whole jalapeno.
Oh, Ski, you're mad. You're mad.
Oh, there's kidney beans in there.
In there.
Mhm.
Oh my
no,
gosh. I wish you
I
guys.
don't care if you eat kidney beans. I'm just not going to eat
I,
You eat whatever you want to.
could smell this. This is.
You better get as many kidney beans on that spoon as possible.
Hot.
Oh, it's
Now,
hot.
if somebody has a recipe for kidney beans that's good, share it with me offline. I'll try it. But
I'll
I
eat
ain't
them
had
cold
one
out
yet.
the can, Bubba.
Yeah. I don't even know if there's a disease mentally that covers that. I'll have to look in the book.
No, but there is insurance for that. If you're wondering.
Treatment for it too is called Beano.
Prospect. This is spicy.
Uh-huh.
Cold.
Oh yes. Let's go.
This is smoky.
It's
snap.
one more thing. But I can't tell you.
What did I say? Spicy, bold, smoky.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to have a little bit of with the heat.
Heat?
Yes.
Okay, there's no sweet. No,
There's no sweet.
There's like sweet peppers in it. There's like roasted red peppers in here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they made sweet peppers.
Hey,
What
this
the
looks
hell?
like some.
I don't even know where my camera is.
You got it.
I knew what I'm putting. Whatever.
That sounds like some
That looks good.
chili right there. Dang right.
This is good.
Listen, you don't have to meet all four things to make the good chili category. You just got to be strong on at least 3 of them. That's all you got to do.
Listen, I don't know what he did for the smoke in this, but it is out of this world. It is good.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Howard killed it.
Hey, I gotta throw my 2 cents with the chili.
Okay,
I'll eat any chili. Chili fries, chili cheese Frito wrap, chili cook-off. It don't matter, dude. Give me all the chili.
Give me all the chili.
Beans,
Tone
no
came out the
beans,
woodworks
meat,
about that
venison,
chili,
don't care.
boy.
Here's the thing. We all need to have a big reunion
I've been thinking about it.
at Prospects because he's only 35 minutes from me. Do a big chili cookout, but I'm not cooking. I'll eat it.
Okay. All right.
I bring my napkin and a good big old tablespoon. And
Well, if we're gonna do that, I'm gonna cook the pot of chili.
As long as we record some songs.
Exactly. I was gonna say we'll have to record music.
we got to do the music video and the song, whatever that is.
Hey, we can do it.
Base the whole song around nothing but chili.
Chili song.
Damn right.
I got a song right now I'm working on called Clawdaddies. It's about eating crawfish.
My verse in the chili song would be about the fact that I'm a Latina that doesn't know how to make chili, but I'll eat it and I'll hang with the bros.
Yeah, and I will be like, I'm a redneck white boy and I like chili.
I'll throw in a verse about kidney beans, I guess.
There you go.
I might mess around and throw something in there in the hook or something about having a pot of coffee to go in with it too, man. You never know. Shit. I mean, while we're on the roll, I mean.
Let's go.
Got them beans in the pot.
And I'll eat it
Dude,
all.
I am dead ass serious,
beans in
dude.
the
I am
pot.
seriously going to get in touch with my father-in-law, man, and see if I can't pull that daggum recipe out from up under him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy, man. It'll blow your mind. It blew my mind and whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's that red eye gravy and country ham. I already know what it is. I'm telling you.
Maybe I
Don't forget the 2 beers.
Oh yeah, that's part of it too. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
4,000 kilometers. How many miles is that?
Well, hey, y'all, we reached the
Oh, Tom gonna kick us out now. I see how you are.
It's time. It's time. What we gonna bounce out on, Tom?
Let's go.
Man,
Tina Smith,
I
thank
gotta
you for
play
coming
Moving
here.
On because
You're awesome.
Tina
That's a
Smith
good
and
idea.
Pop Off Fresh came through for your boy on this one.
Yes,
Tone, I was wondering if you was gonna play that one.
I just want to say thank
Tina.
you for that.
Yeah. Thank you, Tina,
should
for
have been
coming on
wondering. You
tonight.
should know.
I was wondering, man, because God, dog, that's
You're always family around here.
For sure.
Love you
Always.
guys. I appreciate
Love
you
you
guys
too.
having me on here. I've always got your backs. And yes, we need to make this song. I'm serious. Let's do the
Okay.
Okay.
The Chili song.
Yeah.
Peacock,
Thank-
come up with something and we'll hop on it.
And it needs to be in a major key, not a minor key. Because Chili is happy as hell.
Yeah.
Happy song.
I mean, it could put you in a minor state, though.
And you got to
If
put
you
a
eat too much,
sound in there
if you
that
eat too
sounds
many
like
kidney beans, you'd be like, oh, Lord Jesus.
you got to put a sound in there that sounds like you're saying
Exactly.
chili, like chili, like a sound.
I got
It's
the
like,
chili and pepper blues.
So we can
That's
rock
definitely something I'm gonna put on my list. No shit, for real.
Yeah.
That could be, yeah. That
I
could be
almost
some fire
get
right
title
there.
of. You better be careful.
That could be some fire.
Look, we can
Much
bring all our
love,
chili
y'all.
to-
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, love y'all. Thanks for coming out
Tina-
Yes, sir.
hanging with us tonight.
Thanks for having
Tina,
me.
thank you again for your part on the Set Me Free.
You too, buddy.
Much greatly appreciated. And we're definitely gonna work on the chili song.
It won't be the last song. You guys will hear more from me and we'll do more music together. You'll
Okay.
Sweet. Sounds good.
You guys have a good night.
That's what's
Love
up.
y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Tone the bone.
Moving on, gotta let them leave. Waving goodbye to what makes men bleed. Moving on, I'm moving on, yeah, yeah.
Looking back at life and everything I've overcome. People want to pray, but they don't want to talk to God. I don't think you understand what it really takes. People want to be a friend, but I don't need no snakes. Hide behind the lies, hoping to disguise, wanting just to bring you down cause they ain't got no lives. People want to hate me, now they're studying my name, but I don't really care, I'm just working on my game. I don't mess around with lames, I leave them in the dust. I'm working towards a change with people I can trust. Shout out to the fam, y'all got me keeping faith, believing in my God, now I'm happy in my place. Not worried about the race, the rats get to stepping, got me turned up ready to fight like after 9/11. Ready to meet you up in heaven, weapons keep them all stressing. To hell with all the lanes, ain't gonna give me false direction.
Moving on, gotta let them leave. Waving goodbye to what makes men bleed. Moving on, I'm moving on, yeah, yeah.
Hell, hands on my trail, better get gone. As for me and my house, I'ma settle along. Moving on, fake folk, get left, right. Better believe the Lord are coming like a thief in the night. Look, I hear throwing seed at them, no cap. With a good ground, running for another lap. But them demons try to take me back in a trap. Swore sharper than the two-edged word slaps. Cut them deep, I'm in that word, be like cutting zone. Hell hands, they be barking to the break of dawn. But I ain't really trying to ride with no fake fool. And better believe that pow, paid many dues. Tone the bone, Mr. Fresh, yeah, we're moving on. Praying for my family and friends, they make it home, the devil is a liar. So watch who your partners be. I only roll with the real, never leave.
Moving on, gotta let them leave. Waving goodbye to what makes men bleed. Moving on, I'm moving on, yeah, yeah. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. Gotta let them leave, gotta let them leave. I'm moving on. Waving goodbye, never going back cause I'm waving goodbye. Moving on, I'm moving on, yeah, yeah.
Tone the bone.
Moving on, gotta let them leave. Waving Waving goodbye to a makes me bleed. Moving on.